de Final Fantasy XVI. Vamos a ver. Vamos a entrar. Ya vamos a ver si se me guardó. Sí, se me ha guardado. Vamos a la guarida. Acabamos de matar a Bahamut, que me ha dado penita. Porque era buena gente, en verdad. Ha sido el puto Artema ese de mierda. Hola, Jill. ¿Qué te pasa, Jill? Cuéntame tus penas.
How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Tyre says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least.
Había leído renacer, claro, como es el Fénix, puede renacer.
Discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
Es que está sosteniendo el Artema ese.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
Ese es el tema. El mundo se va a la mierda, ¿eh? Nubes negras. Habilidad de Bahamut. Ahora puedo usar los poderes de Bahamut. Onda letal o aliento fulgurante. ¿Eso qué es? Alas fulgurantes. Invoca unas alas de dragón. Barra de mega fulgor. Cuando esté llena por completo permite lanzar mega fulgor. Ah.
Tony won't be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otter has to say. Do you see the pair that got hauled into...
Con Otto hablo siempre, pero Otto lo veo yo un poco inútil. Y le veía yo cara de NPC. Eso es que se acaba la campaña y esto es muy triste.
The realm, as long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her sky, he's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her sending an owl their way the moment the winds turn foul.
Do you have any...
Well, that depends on your definition.
All right, fine. What do you suggest?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the... Could be that they don't.
I suppose not.
El mundo se va a la caca. Hola, Vivian.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate? No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirit.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find...
You believe there's one?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine...
Otra vez la profesora.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether.
¿Pero por qué me lo cuentas con ese tono?
Not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks. cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dhalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is
Y tu culpa nuestra.
chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
Claro, si nos ponemos a matar cristales ahí a troche y moche.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Vale. Pues vamos a hablar con Harpócrates. Esta gente no los... esta gente... O sea, Harpócrates creo que sí estaba en la otra guarida, pero Vivian no.
Is a storm coming soon?
Sí. Bueno, más que otro
Let
no.
me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed, that, I believe, is a question of... And on the 6th day... But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of...
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods.
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would assert.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god. Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is... Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been... You will forgive me.
Certainly not. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Y otra vez habla con Otto. Pero Otto, ¿de qué cojones se ha enterado? Si Otto no se ha movido allí. Eres tú que acabas de hablar con los dos, Edna. ¿Qué me estás contando? Esto de aquí lo veo yo vueltas innecesarias, la verdad. Hola Jill, ¿qué tal?
Clive,
Only one.
it would. Actually, we had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and Erlock.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by
When it rained.
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Y ahora tengo que ir a la fonda de Marta, ¿no? A ver. Ajá. Vamos a ayudar a Marta primero. Que ya casi se muere una vez. ¿Cómo está aquí?
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough.
Yo me quiero
Rest are
enfrentar
still
un
down
behemoth.
there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered. What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
En la puerta del desplome.
More.
¿A quién me enfrentaré esta vez?
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Uy, me equivoco. Coño. Estaba mirando el móvil en Twitch. Voy a mirar. A ver si se escucha, que nunca lo miro. ¿Se escucha? ¿Se escucha? Sí, se me escucha. Uy, que no me quería salir.
Clive, wounded.
No sé qué de esto de este. Vale. Nah, esto está súper... Ay, tendría que haber puesto las habilidades de bajamos. Que no las he puesto. Anda, me he cargado todos de una. ¿Y cuál era el de la tierra? Aquí. Vale. Como que el del fuego lo veo más fuerte a la hora de tirar magia. Rayito. Y más rayos. Nada, estas misiones serán igual que las otras, más de Chile, hasta volver a enfrentarnos a un Icon. El último que queda, Odín. Y ya cuando matemos a Odín, seguramente... ¿subo de nivel? Yes. Ole. Que seguramente cuando matemos a Odín ya... solo quedará... otro boss, Artema.
If you've come to rob this...
You are mistaken, my lord. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with...
Wait, men. But how did you come... Where is your commander? Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha, the scouting party's almost at the lift. But they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels.
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the
I will. You two.
Vale. Pues nada. A seguir peleando. No sé por qué me da a mí que no voy a poder ayudar a los tres. Seguramente o uno muera o... Verá. Este es Sir Wayne, ¿no? Sí.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rossfield, if you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them, but we didn't know there would be so many.
Pero si no habéis pasado ni de la puerta. ¿Qué cojones?
Damn it! We need to get the injured.
Do you think we can hold them?
We can certainly...
O sea, tenemos dos poderes de icons.
Always.
¿Y tú crees que no vamos a poder con ellos? La pelea del otro día con Bahamut fue epiquísima. Pero epiquísima. Lo sabía Adamanta y no sé qué. A una tortuga de adamantita, vamos, de toda la vida, tío. O contigo sí vamos a esto. Pues estoy viendo que me está costando pegarte. Y esto creo que le da igual. Ya. Pero tú estás duro, ¿eh? Tú estás muy duro. Tío, pero es que me corta los ataques. Tú me das la experiencia, ¿no? ¡Yo! ¡La virgen! ¡Hola, puta tortuga! Mira, es que me lo corta. ¡Coño! Vaya mierda de experiencia me ha dado.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in...
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for East. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
¿Dónde? Ah. Tiene una pinta que esto va a ser una misión súper larga ayudando a estos tres. Bueno, por lo menos estoy matando bichos. Por aquí, ¿no? Sí.
Mad dog.
Nada, todo el mundo va a estar sucumbido en el caos. ¿Todavía está así? Pues me da a mí que se va a morir de verdad. Porque nadie lo ha visto desde que la primera vez que pasé por aquí. Duendes. Vaya a cagar. Os vaya a cagar. Yo, me lo he cargado todo. Si es que hasta los bichos normales están infectados, cojones. Pobrecito el chocobo. Pobrecito el chocobo. ¿Qué ha pasado?
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we?
Seguimos. Qué asco me da. O sea, asco no. Sino que este bicho es un cabrón. Ay, que te va a cagar, primo. Ay, qué putada, que te iba a dar con el otro también. Coño ya. A ver la experiencia. No, es una mierda, 300. Vale, puta mierda de experiencia. Vaya puta mierda de experiencia.
Do you see any more?
No.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
Pues volvamos a la fonda. Sir Wade.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one...
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that...
Papatito, que yo no los quiero. Me dejaron abandonado cuando mi reino cayó. ¿Qué coño son las estrellitas de abajo? Es que no lo sé.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to... Oscar?
Oscar.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
¿Cómo?
Murdoch.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am so... Well, go on, then. It's not for me. Yes. So, if it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
But I'm a shield no longer. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for...
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its... You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean...
It's all right. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire.
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Este chaval va a morir. Como venga conmigo a algún lado, este chaval va a morir. Vamos a ayudar al Luber este. ¿Qué pasa aquí? ¿Dónde está la misión? Aquí. Lubor.
Sid, your new companion appears much. Should I be worried?
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place, but the fact is, I have more.
What did you say to me?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail.
Right.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
La picadura mortal. Anda que el nombrecito del baténico.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered? Like, we're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits, and you cannot fill empty bellies with that.
Do you... What happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Sí, se van a matar entre ellos.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Yo este lo conozco.
Sid. And late.
I was about to ask.
Costness is in chaos. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can rely. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're...
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. These accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness, or an entire city.
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution.
I hope so. For all of...
A ver, que solo está el cielo nublado, cojones. Y con que lleva listo.
So, you see my predicament? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid, but if left to smolder. That anger. My thoughts exactly. What both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on.
And if there's one thing bandits like...
What would Sid the Out...
Well, if it were my... He'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that while it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other, it may still be possible to make them doubt their... before presenting them with a third
And that would be?
to pool our resources and save the city
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
What he means to say.
No sabe.
Picture it, Conrad.
Ese al final va la tía, no yo.
Here she is. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red...
A pleasure, my lady.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire...
Victor says you told him that there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamel's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of that a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Me ha llamado tonto. Eso es normal. Ahora con la otra hablo yo, ¿no?
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestige...
Lord Underhill.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting...
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest...
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, and while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong, which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure if our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Lo sabía. Eso se da cuenta en cuantito lo de Sotomonte.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if...
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced the desired... Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we...
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
O sea, Conrad le da todo, ¿eh?
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully. With time, they may even let...
Time no longer appears to be the...
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears all.
You're not sick.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn...
I have a favor to... I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups. One from the south and one from the desert. In a move, doubtless, intended to stretch our already...
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil...
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will...
¿Cómo no?
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
Yo me ocupo de este. Tú cada vez tenéis más vida, ¿eh? A chuparla. A chuparla. Y a chuparla. ¿Más? ¿Sultán? ¿Cómo anda, Sultán? Te va a cagar, primo. Toma, Sultán. Cómete. Ya. Me hubiera quedado precioso matarlo con la esquiva. O veo que me dan poca experiencia o que no subo un carajo.
The townspeople.
I don't hear any fighting.
That we should hurry.
¿Cómo lo voy a escuchar si está en la otra puta puerta?
Natalie, you did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved...
We all saved Dalamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Come now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you were.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Misión cumplida. Vale. Pues ahora por el último. Que esto no sé qué coño era. Northridge. ¿Esto dónde era?
First we find Isabel.
Esta es la que era... un poquito... ¿Todavía hay soldados imperiales?
4 left for more on the captain's orders. Only 2 came back.
God has help us.
¿Tú crees que encontró el cadáver de tu colega?
I can't do it. I can't fight those things.
¿Y tú eres un caballero imperial?
Lord.
La dama no está, ¿no?
There have been sightings of strange creatures.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like they've taken so many. Of
Akashic.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing.
Then we'll look for her then.
Me da a mí que los soldados no van a hacer una puta mierda. Así de claro.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my... In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your sisters. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered. Or take it up and...
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have.
What we have left is our lives!
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about it, so... I'll have a word with him.
Ahora debe aparecer los tres borrachos.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came
Te
from.
pongas celosa.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin... And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to the back of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life.
Leave that to us.
¿Has dejado a tu familia abandonada?
It's all right. Did you see the creatures that...
Creatures? They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then...
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Ahora, ¿dónde tengo que...? Fuera, ¿no? Sí. ¿Por aquí puedo salir? Sí. Y vamos corriendo. Esto es lo que yo digo, es mundo lineal, pero es abierto pero lineal. Una cosa muy rara. Lo que he hecho yo de menos un Final Fantasy por turno. El Final Fantasy X Remake. Cuando lo hagan, qué raro lo voy a ver sin turno. Espero que le hagan un modo para tenerlo por turno también. Ajá. No digas esas cosas. Que el poder gasta... Que eso gasta poder de cojones. Y no quiero que te muera. Como la pasa más de uno por usar cosas de eso. Más enemigos. Maricón. Y sí, es que estos son secuaces de Artema, pero vamos. Jaja. Te he pillado. A chuparla. Que no me da mucha experiencia ahora aquí.
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what...
Yo me lo voy a pasar y después le voy a hacer la dificultad Final Fantasy.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right?
Yes, milady.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes. Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love, and the people I love include the one step.
Anda.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this, but it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had.
¿Qué misión más corta ha sido esta, no? Que no siento que me estén dando experiencia.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Otto. Voy para allá, Otto. Nube negra, seguramente habla con este ya acabó esa misión.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you. How is it you always manage to arrive at just
luck, I suppose? Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storms still cry. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days up.
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding sky. Now's the time to visit the infirmary.
Thank you, Otto.
Joshua. Ifrit y el Fénix juntos. Fénix.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred.
Ah, que está vivo.
Be afraid to wake.
Que está vivo.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different.
Puede usarlos
You're
todos.
special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit, but they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess,
Hola.
I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Total, que nos dan por todos los frentes, vamos.
Well, what's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Taya not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
Pero nada de invocar al
Close
Félix.
to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Se le ve tan frágil a Joshua, mi hermano. Y yo tan petado. Ahora tenemos que ir aquí. Pues escúchame, yo pensaba que no iba a ser tan importante. Parece que son importantes las misiones. Vamos a ver de qué va esta. ¿Y Joshua? Está cansadito. O sea, yo tengo el poder del fuego, pero si le robo el poder del fuego a mi hermano, ¿qué pasa? Es verdad, no tengo el hielo tampoco.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout.
A ver, que yo que tampoco han dicho nada malo.
She will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Se podría haber dicho, pues, a ver si en otro momento. Qué pena que esta situación sea tan jodida, ¿sabes? Yo qué sé.
Assuming they will allow it, the echoes have a will of their own.
Que tampoco hacía falta decírselo así. Vale, muy bien, yo sé que es por ahí, pero... Ahí está, por aquí. Que me indicara el camino asqueroso. No, mira, dos Jedis. Un Jedi y su Padawan. Todo el templo Jedi. Una polla que explota. Ah, ya no se suicida. Ah, sí, sí, se suicida. ¿O no? ¿Qué hace señalándome ahí abajo? Que por la cara me voy a pelear con eso. ¿Te imaginas que se me haya bugueado? Ah, vale.
Strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Coraje me da pelea. ¡Ay, los chocobos! Qué coraje me da pelea con los que vuelan. Ese está maestrado. Lo siento.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Por lo menos estos son animales normales. Que si me pego mucho creo que me pegan, pero... No me voy a cargar este. A chuparla. ¿Me queda alguno? Ahí. Ve. Por pegarle a esta gente. Pégala ahí, hermanito. Oye, pues mira, experiencia me ha dado. ¿Verdad que no? Que más paso de pelea, la verdad. Son animales tranquilos y tampoco es que me den mucha experiencia.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Había leído guarida en el tío ese.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Aquí. Que esta es la espía, la amiga de tu hermano hijo. O más que amiga.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Y Barnabas Tharm es Odín, ¿no?
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Odín saca al Gary.
Distinguished members of the council.
Cuenta, dime.
You must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic.
Yo creo que no, ¿eh? Que te va a cortar la cabeza, primo.
He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them and see our guests to the dungeons.
¿Cómo le va a decir eso a un Akon?
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Perfecto. Otro que está mal de la cabeza.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
Tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate.
Hostia, ¿verdad?
And now here. What is it?
Eso era la combinación del Fénix
It is
con
old,
Ifrit.
ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Lo del lago.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Ahí va, ahí va. Ahí, casi, casi. Te ha frienzoneado, chica. Te ha frienzoneado.
farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
No lo vas a volver a ver porque va a morir.
Let's find our friends.
Te lo digo yo.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
A ver quién coño es este.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yote is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve. Both him and now you. Pray accept this token.
Tú me das mal rollo. Otra insignia.
For as long as you bear it, members of our order will if there is nothing for...
No.
Your Grace.
It's a canva, then.
We'll talk about this later.
No sé para qué me dan tantas
Cyril
insignias.
seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Senda dorada. Vamos a las ciudades de Camber. Orco de infantería. ¿Otra vez volvemos a los orcos? Yo, cada vez tienen más vida,
Then let us be rid of them.
Easy peasy limón squeezy. Vamos a ver qué es esto. Tengo tantos guiles para nada. Más orcos. Toma ya. Uf. Anda, no, es verdad. Se me había olvidado eso. Ay, coño, que no me pongo el de Bahamut. Me lo voy a poner. Cojones. ¿Qué hago? ¿Cuál cambio? Vamos a ponerlo por este. Es para probarlo más que nada. Qué guapo, ¿no? Como... Ay, que con esto esquivo. Qué guay, ¿no?
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
No me va a dar tiempo a usarlo, verás tú.
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Si la empiezo, mis 20 minutitos de misión no me las quita nadie. Eso seguro.
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
¿Qué cojones? ¿Qué cojones? Sí. Es tu otro sobrino.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
Pobrecito, coño. ¿Qué pensaba el tío que se había quedado solo?
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in this city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship? The Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
Pues voy a aprovechar que he acabado la otra misión y vamos a empezar una nueva, que ya llevo bastante de directo también. Y voy a cortar aquí el directo y nos vemos otro día y seguimos con Final Fantasy XVI. Así que si os gusta, ya sabéis, lo subo todos los días en el canal hasta acabarlo. Y aquí estoy, yo lo subo todos los días. Así que nos vemos, chao.